Well, we're here today with John Mabry. He's the head chef at Vicari Grill in Corinth, Mississippi, and we're talking today about etiquette. And we've done a little discussing, but etiquette to me is something that's so important. And as we head into the holidays, we really want to make sure that we're, you know, presenting ourselves well, and especially going into Christmas and Thanksgiving, or Thanksgiving and Christmas. But John, do you think that etiquette is a lost art?
Etiquette is definitely a lost art, and it's a lost art not only in our children, but in a lot of adults.
Yes.
They've become lazy to it, and it isn't that it's just, I guess it's lazy, but being proper at dinner shows a modicum of class and respect for the people who prepared the meal, or respect for the other guests at the table.
Sure.
And simple etiquette is so easy to practice, but it's so lost, and I don't know why. And I think the holidays are an important time to bring it back.
Yes, definitely.
So we set the example. We set the example for our children. Sometimes we set the example for our family. And to try to revive something that's hundreds of years old.
Well, it's so important, especially to me and my family. I was always brought up to have proper etiquette, and I know I probably don't do everything correctly, because there's so many things that you can do. But especially I want my children to be able to go out and do that interview or have that dinner, you know, with someone, and not be made fun of, or even just, you know, not look gross. I mean,
and not be embarrassed. I mean,
exactly.
When your child sits down to a table and there are 3 forks on this side, and there are 3 knives on this side, and there may be a fork at the top and a spoon at the top of the setting, and they're like,
what do I do?
What do I do here? So just understanding what you use where and when, and what not to do with things on the table, not moving things and not pushing plates away and not doing things of that nature. They're easy things, but they're forgotten things, but we need to remind them.
Sure. Oh yeah. And you know, something that just came to mind is, and I think we all fall short of this, is texting at the table, using our cell phones. Oh my gosh, I know we all get in trouble with that.
And hats.
And hats, yes.
No hats.
No hats at the table.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
The other thing that a lot of people do, especially during the holidays, that you don't realize that it's rude. And it's not that it's just rude, it makes other people uncomfortable at the table. Until everyone is finished eating, do not get up from the table.
Sure.
Do not push your plate to the middle of the table. And what a lot of people don't understand, even in a restaurant setting or at home, if you're finished eating, place your hands in your lap and enjoy the conversation. If you get up from the table, you've made the other people kind of nervous and like, oh, do I need to hurry up and finish? What's wrong? Am I not? And that, again, that comes back to etiquette. Sit quietly, enjoy it, or get a nice conversation, but don't get up from the table. And please, don't push your dirty plate to the middle of the table.
Sure.
If you're in a restaurant, don't push your dirty plate to the middle of the table. If you're at the dining table at home, don't push your, leave your plate where it is, place your hands in your lap, and enjoy the conversation.
Good, good. Well, so tell me, what do you think maybe 3 faux pas are?
Double dipping.
Yes.
Do not put your spoon in something that's been in your mouth, or your fork that's been in your mouth. Reaching across.
Yes.
Someone who's sitting next to you.
Yes.
Don't do that. Ask them to pass whatever it is you'd like to have. And I'm not sure what the third would be. What's your third?
Probably maybe elbows on the table.
Absolutely.
People leaning across their, you know, that's something that really.
It's funny, I'm 56 years old, and my great aunt, who a lot of people know the story, who's where I began cooking when I was 5 years old, we would get in so much trouble for hands on the table, or elbows on the table. I still, at 56, sit on my left hand.
Oh, wow.
I have my left hand under my left leg at 56.
Yes.
Because I got popped with a fly swatter enough times.
Yes.
You will never see this, or you'll never see this.
Sure.
It just isn't going to happen, because my Aunt Kitty was quite the
And I
etiquette
think,
person.
just like you said, it begins in the home. I mean, it's so important that parents sit down at the table, and we talked a little bit about that with Luke this morning for breakfast, but sitting down at the table with your family and just practicing those things so that when they do go out, they're automatic. Just like you sitting on your hand, you've done it so much, it just becomes automatic. So
it's important, and I think you and I discussed it, and I think we're going to take on this endeavor after the first of the year. That we're going to do we'll do some fun etiquette training.
That'd be awesome.
We'll do it in the restaurant, and we'll sit and just talk about all the things that are so important. It's not only important if you're with family or if you're with friends. What if you're on a date?
Sure.
And the person you're with understands proper etiquette, but you don't, and all of a sudden you don't know why they don't text you back the next time you ask for a date.
Exactly.
Or they don't return your phone call. Things as simple as that. You're sitting down to an interview like we talked about. You need to know. And it's just good personal skills to have in general life.
Sure. So we're going to have dinner tonight at our home, and then we're going into Christmas. So when you sit down at the table, what is the first thing that you're supposed to do?
The first thing is take your napkin and place it in your lap.
Okay.
Don't place it next to your here or whatever. And then you wait until whoever you're dining with, they set the pace of when it begins. Don't start eating because probably, I'm guessing, that grace is going to be first.
Yes, yes.
Because we're going to be thankful for this food that we're having and thankful to the person who prepared it. So I'm guessing that's going to be first in order. And then follow the lead of the host of the dinner. They'll begin. When they begin, you begin.
Sure. And I think that's true to, even if you go out to dinner, make sure everyone has their food, and whoever you're with or the host is, you don't start until they start. Exactly. That's something that's always been taught to me. But, once they begin, it's like then you follow their lead. If you're having multiple entrees,
multiple courses.
Courses.
They're the host.
Sure.
They're the person that invited you. They're probably the person that's paying.
Sure.
So
they set the pace.
And enjoy it.
Sure. Yeah, don't get freaked out over all the rules, but enjoy it. But also, you want to make sure that you're following proper etiquette.
The other thing that we laughed about earlier, you may go to someone's house, and there may be something on the table that you don't care for. That's fine. Just if everyone's passing the dishes, just pass that dish and don't put it on your plate. That way you don't get embarrassed.
Sure.
And I will tell you, because we were laughing about my mother, I do not eat green congealed salads with cottage cheese and canned fruit in them.
Yes.
But that's all right. If you like that, that's wonderful.
Sure.
I don't. Just pass the dish to the next person, and when you get to something you do like,
sure.
put it on your plate.
You don't want to make an ugly face or say, "Ooh, I don't eat that,"
And don't put something on your plate you're not going to eat, because that's not a nice signal to the host either. If your plate's clean, that's great. If there's a mound of something that you thought it would be nicer if you put on your plate, just don't.
Sure.
Save it for the person who likes that congealed salad.
Yes. No congealed salad tonight, Luke. Yeah. So anyway, okay, well, good deal. It's been nice talking to you. Thank you for meeting with us.
It is. Everybody have a wonderful Thanksgiving and a great Christmas.
Good deal.
Thank you.